the bigger guys. Like, I know I keep bringing this up, but CinemaCon, Tom Rothman, CEO of Sony, keeps having these speeches over and over again where he's like, hey, why don't we make ticket pricing cheaper? When it's like, yeah, but you can help with that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not your job to lecture the theaters. We know.
Yeah.
And clearly we see this. Independent theaters are knowing this, and they are trying their best.
This is the Off the Break Podcast, your podcast dedicated to current movie theater news, operations, and insights from the people that book the movies.
Welcome back to another episode of Off the Break Podcast. I'm Kyle, and the only person that's joining me today is Shayla.
Yay! Everybody else quit. It's just us now.
We're running the show, and that
Yay!
explains everything.
Yep, exactly. It hasn't burned down yet.
No, but that's like our last straw, I think, before we may have to walk out.
We're almost there.
Yeah, but it's just the two of us. Alyssa's away on a big worldwide family trip.
Yep.
Cody is bedridden,
Oh, no.
so we hope she's doing well. Ken's by her side too, so it's just going to be up to us to sail this ship on forward.
Yeah, we'll try our best.
Yeah, here we go then. The big thing, obviously, that we have to kick off with is Michael, and it outperforming at least our expectations.
I think like everybody's expectations. I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe not, because I did see the the prediction was going to be like 50 to 90% or million. But I had a clue like back in
clue.
December that
Okay.
it was going to be big.
Yeah.
Just because of how big Michael Jackson is.
That is true. We do need to give you your flowers early on. We have footage as well too, because we had our first episode of the year. It was running down the 2026 slate. Michael was a talking point on there, and you were the one, I shouldn't say defending Michael Jackson, but you were the one that was saying defending the movie that it's going to do gangbusters. I think the rest of us were definitely skeptical even at that time.
I don't know. People love controversy and people loved Michael Jackson. So I think that skipped our generation a little bit. But still, I mean, he was huge.
You mean the love of Michael Jackson
Yeah.
skipped our generation? I would say so too.
Yeah.
I think the numbers are great, and we still have the generations that grew up and idolized Michael Jackson and his music.
Yeah.
Clearly, that did show through the opening number, but there is a point too in that eventually, even the biggest of stars, like, it fades away. I think Michael definitely showed that it still caught onto the zeitgeist at the right time of biopics being like a dime a dozen and just taking advantage of the moment and really coming through with delivering on its opening, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was probably the perfect time for it, like you said. The one that I think we've been discussing and wondering about is the Beatles. I'm wondering if that one's like way too late because it's going to be in a couple years, and I don't know if the like hardcore Beatles fans are still alive even, you know?
Well, I think you're right about that too. Like I was just saying, the star power eventually fades away as generations go on. That is going to be such an interesting test for the Beatles, especially on top of that. It's not one Beatles movie. It's going to be 4. And
Yeah.
as of right now, it's 4 movies showing each member of the Beatles in their own movie for like an entire month of the year. And I feel like that's a bold attempt of like Sony to take advantage of capturing such a piece of pop culture like the Beatles and making a movie out of them. It's very bold as well to like take an entire month out of the theatrical calendar just to have like 4 movies for each one of them. I feel like there's a worry that it would overstay its welcome and people would get burnt out too fast.
Yeah, I think it's a crazy choice. And the Beatles, even though they're like historical icons, I think it would be like making Civil War reenactments at this point.
They weren't. One of them's still alive, Shayla. They're not gone.
And he's going to be the most watched one, probably.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul.
I get what you're saying though. I do wonder if the Beatles movies are going to be a bit too late, especially because they're not coming out till 2028 right now. Like, I know it's only 2 years, but a lot happens in 2 years still. A lot changes.
I mean, they could push some crazy like Beatles lore into like the pop culture or the mainstream or whatever, like bring back drama from them or something.
In that case, it's the drama of like their breakup and like the what if of it all. Like that would just be, and that's always been around. Like that is still a part of the culture.
PR does crazy stuff behind the scenes.
Can't trust them.
No.
So let's circle then back to Michael, because like this opening was great, but do you think there's any anything we should know about for the movie as we progress into like week 2 of its release? We know that next week Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming up, and it's going to also take the world by storm by the sounds of it. It sounds like it's also projecting for like an $80-90 million opening. So I think, Michael, we could see like a big drop even just off of that.
Well, I think the curiosity of the movie really brought people in, but I've been hearing like different reviews on that, on if it's going to have a huge drop or if it's going to hold up. But I don't know. I didn't do much research into how the other music biopics held up, but I don't know. It was just such a huge thing. It might hold up, or the super fans might just have gone the first week.
Yeah, that's kind of my wondering about it as well. Is this going to be a testament of like some other biopics like Bohemian Rhapsody, where it was able to hold up and be pretty stable and be a juggernaut for weeks on end? Or is the hype going to fade really quickly because the answers have already been answered about like what this movie entails, what details are involved with it? Like, is the performance of Michael Jackson himself like worth seeing like a second time after its opening weekend?
Definitely.
Probably still some questions around it, but I think at this point people also know what is in the movie too, so the word has spread that it's not detailing like the drama, so to speak.
The drama. For sure.
Of him. So people know that it's not that type of movie. So I think that helps it.
Yeah, but that's funny because it was out before that. So I wonder if people were just not looking into it, or if they were like going for morbid curiosity, or like what was going on. It's just so foreign to me. I should have gone and seen it last week, but I'm so curious to see what it does. This has all been a huge surprise.
Yeah, but you could also be in company with many other audiences that are curious about it too, even despite knowing at this point.
Yeah, and it doesn't have terrible reviews.
No, the reviews seem fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, yeah, we know about May and how that's going to shake up at this point. Devil Wears Prada 2, Mortal Kombat 2 being some of the heavy lifters. Mandalorian Grogu as well as later this year. I don't think we need to dwell into that too much. June, we're going to be pretty stable every weekend by the looks of it. I mean, we have things kicking off such as Masters of the Universe and Scary Movie at the start of it, followed by Disclosure Day, the new Spielberg movie. Toy Story 5 is in the third weekend of that, and Jackass is capping it all off, along with Supergirl as well, capping off that month of June. Just the big titles that I'm listing off, but is there anything that stands out to you, or do you want to see like some of the smaller titles that you think could have a surprising pop to it? Or what is even your booking scheduling looking like?
Oh, it's going to be pretty much, I mean, for my little guys, it's going to be Disney and Universal pretty much the whole summer. But those kids shows just dominate in the smaller towns, and we really do have to prioritize those.
Yeah.
And maybe, Odyssey at the end of the summer, but really just, prioritizing the kids' movies, Minions and Monsters and everything.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm curious about Jackass. Did you watch the trailer for that?
Yeah, I finally did catch it.
It looks a little odd.
You think so? It just looked like Jackass to me, but just sentimental.
But they're so much older.
Yeah.
Killing me. It's like beating up the elderly.
I think they would agree and laugh with that as well. I think
hope so.
I wouldn't even be shocked if that's like the crux of their jokes.
Well, when they were younger, they did not have fear in their eyes when they were doing this stuff,
No.
but you can see the fear in their eyes.
You think so?
I think so. It was killing me.
Oh, I have children.
I know. Just better get me a big paycheck.
That's so funny.
Oh, man. But yeah, I'm curious about the Jackass and then the Scary Movie, like the 2000s callbacks and everything. And I'm curious to see how they'll do.
Yeah, I wonder if now we've arrived and that we're at 2000s nostalgia.
Yeah,
it's gonna be strange for me.
Yeah, definitely. That's your time.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like really, you're gonna be.
It came here fast, Shayla.
I'm getting there.
It really did.
I'm like, my back hurts. I'm getting old.
It shouldn't hurt yet. Jeez. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking about the month of June more as everyone comes back. But it is seeming like it's Toy Story and Minions is the way to go.
Toy Story and Minions.
Yeah. I'm personally hoping for Disclosure Day to have a pop, but I don't know.
I hope all of them do. I mean,
sure.
There's like a good mix of like older stuff and like sequels and original stuff. So I just hope it all does well. It looks like a great year.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like it's, I don't know if it's like packed to the brims of like major blockbusters, but at the very least, like we see a concrete schedule of like, oh, I can see a way through the path of summer. Like I would, like if I was a theater owner, I would be like, I know what I want.
Yeah. Like since I only have singles and twins, we're kind of like being like, okay, what's your priority? Instead of like, hey, we're scrambling for stuff to put in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So that means that's a good summer.
Yeah.
So I think moving along from that, we can talk about the topic for today, which is we saw that Dune 3 tickets are $50 each.
Oh my goodness.
But for some context of it, Regal's IMAXs that show the film in 70 millimeter are having like their 7 p.m. showings in select theaters be worth that price. So it's not like every Regal theater out there is going to have $50 Dune tickets, but that price just still made us have our eyes go out of our heads, obviously.
Yeah.
Like even for the IMAX experience, even for the 70 millimeter experience, even for that primetime showtime of it all, $50.
I mean, I balk at $20, so this is not my wheelhouse.
No, No, but I totally get it though. And it leads us to having conversations amongst everyone in the office of like, hey, like this is like the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
But when does it become the rule? Like when are we going to see a possibility of these prices getting higher? Because we're feeling that right now. We're feeling that IMAXs are $25 per ticket. I don't think that was the case 10 years ago even.
No,
like the average movie ticket 10 years ago was 10, 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Even for prime time. I just worry that unless if things change, not just within our industry, but within the economy, that the $50 ticket is going to be the status quo.
Yeah, I mean, it could definitely happen where they're selling these $50 tickets or, 30 to 50. Mm-hmm. And then it just pushes out those little guys even more because, I mean, if they raise their prices, the little guys probably are going to have to raise their prices. And then it's going to put people out of business and just like consolidate these theaters more into metropolitan areas.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And on the other side of things, like if you look at concert tickets, like I used to have to pay like $35 to go to a concert. Now it's at least $100. Mm-hmm. So on the other hand, if
for even the bare bones of seats, I imagine, right?
Yeah,
right.
For sure. So if theaters can charge this, like why not? Mm-hmm. But it's just such a difficult conversation,
Yeah, and obviously, from where we're sitting at, we don't expect like the independent theaters to want this to happen. Like we totally know that they are having the same mindset as their guests that come to their theaters that, hey, we want this to be affordable. We want this to be for everyone. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be the chain's responsibility to also feel that same way. But if the chains are following every other industry's trends of, hey, we got to hike up our prices so that way even we can, make the profit margins or whatever the case is, whatever corporate speak they have, then
they're just pushing it to the limit.
But yeah, I I don't really know if there will ever be such a thing as a $50 ticket, but I can't say that I'm not concerned, because what's stopping them right now?
Yeah, exactly. They just like, this was just a test in the water. I can see the studios being like, oh yeah, this was awesome. Like, that's your per cap now, you know?
Like, they saw that bump from Dune because everyone wants to see Dune, but
Yeah.
it's not like everyone wants to do that for, I don't know, The Sheep Detective. No one wants to do that, obviously.
Well, and I think the studios overinflate their movies too. So they'll have like internal tracking on their movies, and they'll be like, oh, it'll open to this big and blah, 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 blah. And then hopefully like they wouldn't put like a $20 minimum on everybody's tickets, even like the little guys or something like that. I feel like that's where it could go in harming the industry for sure.
I think it will harm the industry. It's so funny because there's always such fear-mongering every so often. I mean, now the latest fear-mongering is AI's usage within Hollywood. Honestly, I'm more terrified of ticket pricing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how the Regal here sells their tickets.
Well, especially when there's chains that don't put their money where their mouth is, such as the one that's located in our town, and they don't warrant that high of a ticket price. They don't put investment into new seats. They don't put investment into updating concessions. They don't put priority over cleaning. You know,
Yeah.
like any sort of price is a breaking point, especially when you don't see the returns as the person wanting to purchase the ticket.
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite thing about my singles and twins is I see pictures of their theaters. They're adorable. They're like clean. They're like beautifully decorated. And you can tell they put maintenance into it.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we're nothing like the big guys.
Yeah.
So we can only charge this much. Whereas like the franchises, like what we see here, they haven't been upgraded. They haven't been deep cleaned in God knows how long. And their sound is terrible. Their picture is terrible. And they're still charging $17 a ticket for their primetime shows.
It is very frustrating when you can see that the people buying the ticket want accessibility over thinking about the individual, like thinking about how clean your establishment should be, thinking about what they are giving on the returns of the ticket that was purchased. You know what I mean? Like I think it's so hard for a small business of any kind to like compete against that when every major corporation's selling point is we're accessible and we have everything, compared to the smaller guys where it's like, we don't have everything. We're not that accessible, but we will treat you right. We will treat you with respect, and we will treat you with what you are deserving of what you're paying for.
Yeah. And those theater owners are there like every week at the very least, and they're hearing these either complaints or praises from their customers, whereas these big guys, these franchises, who knows if their regional manager is even in once a year.
Yeah.
And they're probably having underpaid management and underpaid staff that, I mean, they're getting the brunt of this, whereas the people making the decisions never have to deal with any of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's just such a difference. It goes down to supporting your local community versus,
No, it absolutely is. And it's not just the fault of, I'm not meaning to like place the blame on the patrons that are going to a small theater or not going to a small theater, because it's not just on them. It's also, the bigger guys. Like, I know I keep bringing this up, but CinemaCon, Tom Rothman, CEO of Sony, keeps having these speeches over and over again where he's like, hey, why don't we make ticket pricing cheaper? Where it's like, yeah, but you can help with that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not your job to lecture the theaters. We know.
Yeah.
And clearly we see this. Independent theaters are knowing this, and they are trying their best.
They are doing the best that they can.
Yeah.
I see it every single day.
Yeah, and it's also up to the chains as well to put their money where their mouth is as well, and like helping that. They're the ones that can lead the charge on this, not the little guys. The little guys can't.
Yeah.
They can make the noise all they want, but they can't lead the charge. We need help.
And we hear the noise at the local, like the conventions that we went to, Rocky Mountain NATO. We hear how they feel helpless on how they can't change anything in the industry. And they do have, like that speech last year when we went to CinemaCon was so inspiring. And I got out and everybody was like, why are you inspired? Like,
You're like, are we supposed to be happy?
you're like, you're sweet summer child. Like,
No, it made me sick, Shayla.
I know. Everybody was so frustrated. And I was like, oh no.
I think I
Not a good
misread the
sign.
situation.
Yeah. Yeah. It is disappointing.
But yeah, it's the people at the top that can easily help with this.
Yeah.
They obviously can. But I'm afraid that it'll be similar to like what we see with the streaming, to where they think they're heading in the right direction for what the industry is supposed to do, and it'll backfire on them. If they keep this up with raising ticket prices and we, the little guys, have to keep following suit just to compete and survive and live and feed families, God forbid,
And
then
even keep up with studio requirements for
Yeah.
their per caps and stuff.
it's just
So,
gonna be more headaches and lead to more troubles. And it's so, like, the industry right now is agreeing on the 45-day windowing.
yeah, which is
This
amazing.
is the perfect time to also dive in and go, hey, how about we lower pricing? Let's go from the $20-$25 to like 12 to 15, 16 to 18. Let's bump it down just a little. Let's see how much we can push this, and seeing the response from people who want to go to the movies. See what they say about it. It's gonna be good.
I feel like corporations, they just make decisions for what's going to make them the most money in the short term. And once they start actually seeing the effects in the long term, they go back on it.
Mm-hmm.
So they won't go
100%.
back on it until it starts hurting their bottom line, for
Yeah,
sure.
I totally agree. And it's so frustrating because you can get ahead of it and not do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You
So-
can look like 2 months into the future.
I wasn't meaning for this topic to be so doom and gloom, especially because obviously, theater owners that are listening to this are like, yeah, we know we don't like ticket pricing being hiked this high either.
Yeah.
I just want this to be a cautionary tale of like, keep an eye out on how other chains in this industry is responding to that type of ticket pricing, even if it is just for primetime IMAX 70 millimeter, the most narrow niche type of screening that we have right now in the industry.
Well, yeah, and keep making noise too. Keep talking
Especially that.
Yeah, keep making posts, keep talking to your Cinema United people. Like, obviously the celebrities and the talent are listening to the little theaters and what they want.
Yeah.
And even the Cinema United people and studio guys, even though they're giving lip service most of the time,
Yeah.
they are listening. So
Yeah.
that's what you can do, I guess.
You probably saw Ryan Gosling show a screening of Project Hail Mary, and him saying that it's not up to the theaters to like get audiences to come back to the cinemas. It's on the talent and the people working on the movies to make the best thing possible. So
Yeah.
that way so that way people do come to the theaters. Like I do believe, like you were saying, Shayla, that there is talent out there that is understanding of that, but it's just so hard to get that message and understanding out to people still.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, all of us saw that, all of the theater people. Like, I think people even talked to me about it and were pretty excited about it.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I think people are listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not useless.
No, it's definitely not useless. And way to cap that off, too. That was so optimistic.
We got to turn it around.
You're right.
Not everything is doom and gloom.
You're right. You're right. So how about this? Tomb Raider, that was our popcorn bucket pick. Actually, that's kind of a lie. I need to make a clarification on that. We did pick last week that, what's it called? Double Dragon?
Yeah.
Cody's pick was the pick, but then we realized that she wasn't going to be available for this episode, so we pivoted and went to Tomb Raider. So if people are following along, apologies for like this last minute switch up, but Tomb Raider is Shayla's pick. So that is the pick that we have now. Next week, hopefully Cody will be back and we'll have Double Dragon.
Yeah. Is that the last pick for this?
I think we have like one or two more.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
so we're not done with video game adaptations left or yet.
Sweet. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
So anyway, talk about Tomb Raider. Why'd you pick this one?
I want to hear your thoughts on it first because
Why mine?
I loved
Besides
it.
being the only one here.
Yeah. Alyssa.
Yeah. There's just crickets. Well said.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, If you don't like it, Alyssa's on my side automatically then.
Okay. I mean, I can kick it off first. I was underwhelmed.
Oh no!
When I first saw it. I actually saw it pretty recently, so it's still fresh in my mind. But I remember being underwhelmed. Not underwhelmed because I was expecting it to be a good movie, but I also kind of knew of it as like so bad it's good, like in a tongue-in-cheek sort of way.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to just enjoy it for what it is. But I wasn't able to do that anyway. Like there was, for a movie to work like that, it also needs to have like that same tone to it, and I don't think it does. I wouldn't really be shocked if they were trying to play straight with this movie. So, I mean, I can't deny, outside of just my overall underwhelmness of it, that it has things working for it. Like there is interesting direction to it. Set design stuff I thought was pretty good. Angelina Jolie, for the moment of time, like it was a great choice to have her in it. Just not a good script, not a good movie in general.
Yeah.
At least for myself, but I think I can see why people get a kick out of it. I just wasn't able to register.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you on most of the parts, but I think I'm blinded by Angelina Jolie in it. I think she's beautiful, and I think she was a perfect choice, and I liked all of it and just how wild it was.
There was like a wild energy to it, to where it felt like instead of staying with the status quo of the story, something was gonna like come off the hinge and just add a bit of chaos to it. And that's again underwhelmed, because I was like, you almost have like an energy that could make this really fun, but it just doesn't keep with it, I guess. I don't know.
When was this movie made? The 2000s?
Yeah, I would say so, but I can double check for you.
I don't know. I think it just perfectly like encapsulated like that kind of movie for the 2000s. Like the special effects were like kind of bad.
Yeah, for sure.
And just the random like Illuminati like script in it was so fun. But I just thought it was a fun movie and like really cute. And yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I liked it, but I can see where you're coming from.
It looks like it was in 2001 when this one came out. Wasn't there a sequel too?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you see the sequel at all?
I didn't see the sequel. I have never seen this movie, so
never have seen it. Okay.
No.
That's so funny. Yeah, and obviously neither have I. I didn't see it either. I saw that new one with Alicia Vikander.
Was that one good?
It was fine.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it definitely is the more straightforward version of making a Tomb Raider movie, but I don't know. Like there was good stuff to it, but it just wasn't like great. You were just kind of going through the numbers of it, so you're like, all right, I see where it's going. Yeah, it's fun-ish. So
oh no,
I don't know.
Was it like so like with this Tomb Raider, I could tell which parts were like part of the video game, like obviously like little things in the video game that you had to do.
Yeah.
Was it the same with the new one too?
I would think so, especially because there's probably been a lot more games that was made since then. It did kind of feel like the jungle adventure aspects of it, along with I think she was finding her missing dad or something. I wouldn't be shocked if that's part of the story from like one of the games or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know anything about Tomb Raider outside of like why people played Tomb Raider.
Yeah, it's just so funny when you see those video game adaptations, and like the clunkiest parts of it I feel like are parts directly from the video game.
Yeah, it honestly that's a good point, because definitely people know like the earlier Tomb Raider games, I would imagine, like weren't the best looking, but you just were there because it was just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And I guess this movie was trying to do this for the fun of it.
Yeah.
But again, something about it was just missing to like get me into it. I don't know.
I feel that. I don't know. I feel like a lot of video game adaptations kind of like don't hit the target for me.
No. But I think they also were in the trap of like trying to not take it seriously, even when the game itself doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah.
But that's obviously changed now, because video games do understand how to be more story driven and do know how to be a lot more narrative driven. So I think like we are seeing a rise of video game adaptations and a lot of pretty good ones as a result.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They've kind of fine-tuned the practice. And I wonder if like having video games was more niche than it is now.
I would say so. Yeah. I think that we are starting to have filmmakers that actually grew up with video games and have seen what past filmmakers failed to understand about adapting video games.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to see the tides turn, and that's why we're getting a lot more good adaptations.
Yeah, definitely.
I forget, did you play the games at all? I don't know if I asked that already.
No, I never played the games. I've really only played Red Dead Redemption, and I know there's a movie coming out about that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I really hope that's a good one.
And that could work.
Yeah.
That could work.
I think it will. It's so story driven.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that these ones are just so fun because they're just like the games were probably clunky back then and, and the shows and just like the 2000s influence on it was just so heavy. I just thought it was a fun time.
It definitely was heavy on 2000s for sure. Well, I was going to see if we can find pictures of the original Tomb Raider video games and the look of it, but that we can add it to like the video or something of this episode, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Should we pick out a movie from the bucket, or should we wait for Cody's pick?
I think we should probably wait for Cody's pick.
All right, out of respect, we'll do that then.
Out of respect, yeah.
So yeah, all in all, that's gonna wrap up our episode. We hope that the Michael Jackson movie keeps being successful for theaters if they're still playing it. And Devil Wears Prada 2, make sure that everything's ready to go, because I do have a feeling that's going to be a big weekend. That's going to have a big pop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it might be extra crowded with 2 big releases if you were able to make that possible, or even just the one's going to be massive for you.
It'll be better than last year, that's for sure.
So hopefully we'll be back next week with one more person added to the chair, not just 2 people. But this was still fun, Shayla. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.